Hey guys, today I'm having to use my webcam on my laptop. My camera is not charged up, and it's not going to be, the battery's not going to last long enough to vlog. So, anyway, I had all these ideas yesterday, and of course, I didn't vlog. And the reason, my husband was in town and he had to go back out of town for work today, so I didn't want to do any vlogging really while he was home. So anyway, I have had some talks with different people who commented back on some comments that I made and who have left comments on some of my vlogs. Some of the comments were about Roseanne, this show. And I am a kid, well, I'm an adult that went to school in the 70s, 80s, and very early in 90s. And so I grew up in the era where MTV just came out, and there was nothing on MTV but music videos. Then CMT came out, nothing but videos, and then VH1 came out, and nothing but music videos. I can remember watching MTV, and I couldn't wait to see Michael Jackson's Thriller. That was like, I think, the very first video that I had ever seen, and I was in love. All the girls back then, this was before he did all of the transformation, we all had huge crushes on Michael Jackson. And I would sit and wait for Michael Jackson's Thriller to come on. It was something really, really new, and we had the crush on him. So back then, Michael Jackson was the thing. And television shows. We had real television shows. The most reality you got was game shows. Love Connection. There were some couple shows. Newlywed Game. And some things like that. Family Feud. That was as close to reality as you were going to get back then. So Roseanne was one of the top, shows to watch. And as I said in my revival of Roseanne vlog, she centered the show around an everyday family, and she depicted it so right on the nose that you look at it, and you look at a family who lives paycheck to paycheck, and they struggle with their bills. They struggle with two kids that one has to have everything name brand. She's popular in school. Then you have another one that's a tomboy. Don't know really what's going on in her life. She's really not that big of a troublemaker until she gets older. She likes sports. She watches TV with her dad. And then you got DJ. He's just a little boy. And and even today, that's still like a normal depiction of a family. And still, families are living from paycheck to paycheck. And so that show really hit big with families all over the United States. And even today, I still watch reruns. And I was counting down the months. As soon as that I even heard that Roseanne was coming back on television, I was Googling it. Because, you know, you can't always believe everything that you see on the internet. And then, but when you see it on TV, you're like, are they really? Because, you know, sometimes you see things and they're like, well, then you don't see them again. So they kind of Google these things. And then you see, you know, all these different sites that aren't really credible. So then you go back and you check and check and check. And then they start putting up dates. So I'm counting down months. Then I'm counting down weeks. And then I'm counting down days. And I have the DVR set. I am the worst because I will fall asleep. And then I will DVR it, start watching it, and I'll fall asleep during that. So eventually I get to watch the whole show. But watching it, it was like it was like the show never came off air. The only thing was everything, the current events had been changed. And that was it. It was kind of like whenever I went to my high school reunion. What was it, 20-year? Yeah, it was a 20-year class reunion. You know, I seen everybody. And we had the biggest turnout of a class reunion from Bowling Green High that they've ever had. And when I seen my classmates, I wasn't really looking at them as adults. I was still seeing them as the teenagers and the kids that I grew up with and went to school with. And so, you know, it's kind of weird. You know, you see them on Facebook, their parents, and some of them are becoming grandparents. And so, you know, that's kind of how I did with Roseanne. It's like, yeah, okay, well, we're all about the same age now, but you're just, I don't know, it's like Roseanne never stopped. And it's the same. She talks about today the Trump and Obama and, you know, this last one, Harrison. I don't know, well, I'm sure she's still on Shameless. She also plays on Shameless as Deborah, who is a teenage mother who is going to school to be a welder. And she has a smart mouth also on Shameless. And but this girl on Roseanne, she is a self-righteous, entitled little bitch. And Roseanne called her out on it, and she was just, oh my God. If that had been my kid would have been slapped into next year. And Roseanne, being the mother that she was with her kids, kind of flipped and not taking it. And so, yeah, she put her head up under the sink, took the hand, washed her, and soaked her down. And so then Darlene comes in, and you know, she finally had to put her foot down. But she'd been very, very lax on her kids, letting them do whatever they wanted to do, pretty much like a lot of parents are doing now. So, you know, a lot of parents aren't disciplining their children, you know. Sending them to their room doesn't work because they all have a TV, you know, a DVD player, cable. They have everything in their room that they need to keep themselves occupied. So sending them to their rooms, it doesn't work. When I was a kid, sending me to my room was torture because I had a stereo, I had a TV. Well, yeah, I did have cable. but, you know, with the grounding also came not being able to do anything after I turned 16. And, well, that did kind of become a problem, but what really hurt me was getting my keys taken away from my car. So parents don't discipline like they did when my mom disciplined me, or whenever I would discipline my children. And so, you know, that episode was pretty much around how Darlene disciplined her children. And that is pretty much just that episode. They kept on putting commercials in there, and it made me so mad. I am not. I was asked about other shows, and you know, there's not a lot of shows on television. I watch Grey's Anatomy. I love Grey's Anatomy. I'm gonna cry when they take it off. When they do take it off the air, they have something that has spawned off of Grey's Anatomy called Ladder 19. I think is the name of it. I think it's Ladder 19, and it comes on after Grey's Anatomy, which I have DVR'd, and that seems like it's going to be a good running new show to watch. I was watching The Fosters, and the season ended, and the whole TV show is going to be ending in a few months. They're going to do three episodes, and that's going to be it. And that was a very, very good show, and I loved it. And I started crying at the end of the season because I knew, and they'd already said that the finale's coming in the summer. So I'm not looking forward to that. Some other shows that I watch. I watch Forensic Files. A lot of that is reruns, but I watch that. I think, how many do I watch for reality shows? Reality shows I watch Little Women LA. I don't know if I'm going to continue watching it or not. The girls have always been really bitchy and starting fights, and but they seem like they're getting worse. And you know, I can get myself in those arguments. I don't have to watch the show to do that. So I don't know that I'm going to keep watching them. They have dropped. Well, I don't know that the one girl that was a regular was Tracy. She had a baby, and I don't know if she just declined to come back on, but she's no longer there. So then they brought Jasmine on when Tracy was still on, and then now this year Brianna, she's not coming back. She's going through a bad divorce, and all that crap came out on the TV show, and so she turned that down. And it's just, I don't know, they keep picking up new people who are stirring the pot to start crap. And then I do watch the judge shows. I watch Judge Mathis, People Court, Hot Bench, and Judge Judy, all DVR'd. And I'm trying to think, is that all I watch? I mean, I'm really not. I watch Steve Wilkos. I quit watching Dr. Oz, and I'll tell you why. Dr. Oz, he will sit, and every little diet pill that comes out, he'll sit there and he'll say, oh, this is a good diet pill, I recommend it, blah, 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 blah. Do you know how many diet pills have come through there and have the same ingredients in, and he's recommended and all? You know what? I'm sorry. I quit watching him because a doctor that's going to keep recommending every single thing that comes out, I have to question. You know? I just have to question him. I mean, is he doing it for ratings? Is he doing it because he's getting a kickback? What is the issue? Because doctors have pharmaceutical companies that come in and they have them try new drugs. So the more they try, like, okay, let's say when Levaquin first came out, I was working in the pharmacy. I had to wait until my nursing license had been changed over into the state of Kentucky before I could work in nursing. So I was working in the pharmacy at Tri-County Baptist Hospital, and Levaquin had just came out. So doctors were using Levaquin a lot. And this was when it was in IV form. I don't think it hadn't came out in pill form. It was in IV form. And so doctors were pushing it, and we were having a hard time keeping it stocked up in the pharmacy. And so doctors get a little bit of a kickback if they use a new product and use it a lot. And so I'm pretty sure that Dr. Oz is getting a kickback from all these diet pills. And the one he seems to say a lot about is Garcinia Cambogia, or how you pronounce it. And the ones he's been talking about have that in it. And I don't know. I just, that's my idea on it. People can have their own, I have my own feelings on everything, and not everybody's gonna have the same as me. So, Wendy Williams, every once in a while, I might listen to her if I flip it over and she's saying something that catches my ear. She kind of gets on underneath my skin. I like Family Feud. Last night I caught Love Connection, and it caught my eye, so I was watching it. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of TV, and the biggest reason is because TV's not TV anymore. When I was a kid, at night I knew The Love Boat was on, Fantasy Island, Knots Landing, Dallas, The Munsters, Andy Griffith, Leave It to Beaver, Father Knows Best, and these were old TV shows, but they were still rerunning whenever I was a kid. And the after school specials, they were great. And I hated if, like, my bus was late, or I had detention, or I was big in sports, so a lot of times I missed them. And we didn't have DVR then, and VHS. We had VHS, but we didn't have a timer to set on it, so you had to rely on somebody to push start and record on the VCR for you. And, well, good luck on that. And so, we had TV. We had what was real TV, which you can watch on Nick at Night, I think. And there was not, Real Housewives, or, Real Housewives makes me sick, because a Real Housewife, I was never a Real Housewife until I got sick. And it drives me nuts because I'm bored. And but for a Real Housewife, because I was off from work my 6 weeks with my kids, maybe another 2 weeks because I was nursing. But you know, your kid, when you're burping them, or other times they eat up some milk and it's on your clothes, and you don't necessarily always have time to change your clothes. Your hair's not always pretty. My hair stayed in a ponytail. Never had makeup on. Never. Well, my laundry, it seemed like I was doing a load every single day. Cleaning, it got cleaned, but it was cluttered. Good God, it was a mess. And especially after I had the second one. Because I had a 4-year-old running around, and I had a baby. And my daughter, she really was good though, because she did help me. She knew where I kept his clothes and where I kept his diapers and all that. And she was a good big sister, and she helped. So, that's what a Real Housewife is. You don't have time to go do anything. You got a kid here, a toddler, and you have a baby, and you don't have time. Well, I didn't even know. I really don't even think I even knew what a pedicure was. I just now started getting those within the last few years. And manicures, I finally started getting those back in 2003, I think, when I got engaged, and it looked really nice with that diamond carat engagement ring. And so then I broke that engagement off, and so every once in a while I might go and get my nails done. I might have gotten a French manicure, but for the most part I don't do it. It's too much to keep up with. For the most part I'm a tomboy. I like my clothes, but as far as some of the other things, I'm a tomboy. I keep my hair longer, and my natural curly hair kind of gets on my nerves, but not too much, because now I'm doing the grandma thing. I just kind of keep it pulled up and then flip it a couple of times and put a clip in it, and just let the curls fall where they may. And that's why you see it sticking up and waves all in here, and just kind of doing its own thing, because it's curly. And so when I wash my hair, I put mousse in it. And then for the next couple of days, all I have to do is get a spray ball and squirt. Get wet, get the towel, comb it, put my head over again, scrunch it, flip it back up. It's all curls again, and I'm done with it. So, yeah, that's a Real Housewife. Real Housewives don't trust, they and you don't have boob jobs, and you don't have nannies, and you're not, maybe some people do because they go back to work, but I had a daycare center. So, yeah, I don't watch those. Sometimes I like watching. When Fear Factor first came out, I watched it. I like that. Yeah. I really don't watch a lot of shows because, TV's not TV anymore, and the music channels are not music channels anymore. And if I want to listen to a music channel, I have to scroll through my cable box till I find the music channels, or sync my sound bar to my phone and listen to YouTube. I have YouTube Red, and I'll listen to my channels, or I'll sync it up to Google and listen to my stations from there, or my own albums that I have set up. And I mean, TV here is kind of worthless for me. When my husband's home, that's when the TV gets really watched. But yeah, television, I don't watch it. I don't play any games. It's just on for noise mainly, and that's about it.